Spanish omelette or tortilla is a really simple dish because we've got eggs, we've got onion, and we've got potato, salt, pepper, a little bit of oil to cook in. And it's really delicious if you get it right. So first thing to do is we'll just get our oil heating up. And while that's heating up, we can just chop the onion and quite thin slices. So then, once the oil's heated up, we'll just get them onions in. And we can start on the potatoes. So I've peeled the potatoes, and we're doing similar in a way, but not too thin with the potatoes. Then if you just sort of restack your potatoes and we're going to quarter them. Roughly, it's just that sort of size of chunk. We'll get them in a bowl. Right, then we can add the potatoes in with the onions. I'm not going to add too many at a time because what we're going to do there is the temperature of the oil just drops straight away. So we just add so many. And then some more. As long as that oil keeps bubbling, we're okay. And then we can just stir them in with the onions. Just let the temperature come back up for a minute. And then we'll just add the rest. You don't need too high a heat for this, because what we're going to do is we're going to cook this for maybe 15 even to 20 minutes, and we'll just keep turning it. You could, I mean, I've seen it where you actually more or less fill this with oil, but you're getting a little bit dangerous, if anything, to be honest, if you're doing that, with that amount of oil in there, and it doesn't really need it. It's sort of like, it's like you deep fry them, but I don't think you need that. As long as we just, every couple of minutes, we just keep turning them, and they'll be fine. So while the potatoes are cooking, we'll just, we'll get our eggs into, I'm just using a stainless bowl. So 5 eggs. Whoa! These tough eggs. And we'll just whisk them together. We'll just add salt. And the pepper. So you see that the potatoes are just starting to soften now, so we're not far off. Something's escaping. Right, so that's the potatoes. You can see because they've started just to break up, so that's them ready. So just turn that off. Right, so you could just add these straight into your eggs, just using like a strainer spoon, but I prefer to get rid of as much oil as possible, so I'll just put them into a strainer sieve and just let some of that oil drain off, because I think it works better with less oil. There's not an awful lot coming out, but there is a little bit there, so I think it's worth doing. Right, now we can just add the potato into the egg. Now we'll just gently sort of mix that together, just to make sure all of that potato is coated with egg. So I think I started off with 850 grams of potatoes, that's unpeeled, and then I've got 5 eggs. Right, that's good. So we'll just leave that to sit just for 5 minutes. So if you just I'm using a non-stick pan, it's best bet for this. Just get it nice and hot, and then we'll just carefully tip the mixture in. And we'll just spread it round. That looks good. So I'll leave it on a high heat just for a minute or so, and then I'm going to turn the heat right down, and it's going to take maybe 5 minutes. Right, so if you just sort of lift up the edges, you can see the colour, so it's nice and dark under there. Now the tricky bit is turning this over. We could put the plate like this and then flip the whole thing over, which is a little bit dangerous, a little bit dodgy. So what we'll do is we'll take the easy way. We just put it onto a plate. Don't worry about it sort of coming apart a little bit. Well, not coming apart, but just push that back on. Would have been better if I'd got it in the middle of the plate, mind. So put another plate on top, and then we'll just flip it over. So you've got your cooked side on top now. Then we're going to try and slide this back into the pan, which the filling you may leave a little bit of filling as you go, but just sort of keep up with it and it'll be fine. It's just a lot safer than trying to flip a frying pan. Knowing me, it'd end up on the floor. There you go. And then we just tuck all them edges in. Just get it back to like a nice neat circle. And that's going to take another 5 minutes. Right, that's ready. So we'll just put it onto our serving plate. So there we go, that's our Spanish omelette or tortilla. We'll just grab a fork. Probably still a little bit on the hot side. So you can see inside, the egg's just that little bit runny. So that's perfect. That's what, well, to me, it's personal preference in a way. To me, that's perfect. Some people may not like the idea of that egg being a little bit runny, but it's not overly runny. Just a little bit, and it just adds, I don't know, it just seems right that way. So That is really tasty. Really, because you've got that hint of the onions in there, and the potatoes are perfectly cooked. It's such a nice dish, and to me that's a complete meal. That's all you need. It's a good one, and fairly simple. You know, it didn't take much doing really. Maybe what, half an hour or so, a little bit more. So it's a good one. So give it a go, and let us know in the comments if you do make it and you like it. Just let us know. And subscribe to the channel. So we've got more potato dishes coming up really soon, and obviously lots of just good food.